Hi guys, welcome to the CLN room. I'm Tony Alden, and today we're going to see how to open a channel between two nodes running on regtest using CLN. Let's go. So the important comment of today is fundchannel that allows to open a channel between two nodes. And as I do believe that to understand better a system, there are two ways to do it. Is either to break the system or to misuse the system to get it return errors. So with the command fundchannel, there are 4 errors, 5, but we are just considering this for one for today that we are going to try to reproduce and to generate. So the error 300, that the maximum allowed funding amount is exceeded, so we try to open a too big channel. The error here we have 301, that there's not enough fund in the internal wallet to create the transaction. The error 302, the output amount is too small, so the amount that we try to open the channel with will be considered dust. And this one we're not going to do it because I didn't find the way to produce it. So if you know how to produce that error, please reach out and explain me how to do that. But don't worry, we also are going to see how to really open a channel, not only make errors. So as in the previous episode, we are in the Lightning repository to spin up the Bitcoin regtest chain and two nodes running on that chain. We use the script startup regtest provided in that repository that gives us access to some command to facilitate that process, and also some aliases. And with the command start CLN provided, we start two nodes. First we start the Bitcoin core on regtest. Then in the Bitcoin core we create a wallet called default that we're going to use, and you can see at the end that we have some command and aliases offered here. First, to know the system, the state of our system, let's have a look at Bitcoin CLI on regtest, and we want the information of our chain. So here we have the wallet default with balance of 0. We are running on regtest and we have mined 1 block. So here for the first part. Now we want also to be sure that we are running 2 instances of Lightning D. So here this is the case. So we have in one instances with the base directory, which is temporary L1 regtest, the other is L2 regtest. And as we are going to use these aliases, it is better to look at it right now. So it's just an aliases for Lightning CLI with the base directory set for the node L1. So here we can connect two nodes. So let's connect the node 1 and 2. So this is also a command provided by the startup script. As we are connecting the node 1 to the node 2, we can verify that the ID of that output is the ID. So the ID of the node L2, and this is the case. So everything is going as expected. And now let's do the first thing, which is we are going to produce that error, which is there are not enough funds in the internal wallet to create the transaction. So first we are going to look at this to effectively be sure that we haven't any fund. So this command, list fund, it's a command to show in all currently managed funds currently managed by the core Lightning node. So in our case right now is L1, the node L1, and here we have two arrays. One display all the funds available either in the unspent output of the internal wallet, or here the funds logs in the opened channels. So if we use it, we can see that we have, so far we have no funds. Normal, we did nothing, we just spin up two nodes, we connect them, but we didn't fund them. Now, let's look at the command that we want to use today. So let's have a look to the help, to the main page of fundchannel. So command for establishing a Lightning channel, text two mandatory arguments. One is the ID here that we can see the peer obtained from connect, the ID that we've just seen. The amount here, so we have the amount, we can go a little bit here, up, and the amount here is the amount taken in a Satoshi. So, and now another thing that I wanted to show, okay, so on success, where we return an object with the retransaction, the transaction ID, some of the things, but also here the following error codes may occur: -1, -301, 300, 32. So those errors are the error that I listed here. So let's make the first error. So we need that ID. So we copy that ID. We are going to try to fund the channel, but we have no fund in our internal wallet of the node 1. So we fund the channel with the second node, and maybe we can set 1000 sats, and we get the first error message. So here it is, and this is exactly, we could not afford 1000 sats using all 0 available UTXOs. So this is exactly what we have here, the error that we wanted to make. We check, done. So let's go now to the second one, the next two one. The maximum allowed is exceed, or this one, the amount is too small. In both cases, we need first to fund our node. So we are going to do it maybe more quickly with less explanation that we did last time, because in the LN room 4, we exactly took the time we took the time to study that and to see how to fund the wallet of a CLN Lightning node running on regtest. So if you have some hard time to follow what we are going to do right now, you can refer to the previous video. So first, Bitcoin, CLI, regtest, and we can check that RPC wallet, or default wallet, as we've seen before, has no coin. So we have to generate first an address for that wallet, and then mine 100 coin, because we are on a regtest, and we have to mine at least 100, the first 100 coin to have 50 bitcoins on the send to that address. So we are going to do that. So let's go how we do that. So we are here, we want get new address, we get a new address that belongs to our wallet default. Now we want to generate, so we no longer need that. We want to generate new, this one either, generate to address. So we want to generate 100, we want to mine 100 blocks and to send the rewards to the address of default. We do that. We are going to have a lot of output transaction in the screen. This is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to send it to dev null, but anyway, it's done. So we have those. We can check that. No, sorry, we can see that and get balances to just check that we have our 50 Bitcoin. So now we can send 1 Bitcoin from the default wallet to the internal wallet of the node L1. To do so, we have first to create a new address for the node L1. We have that address that we copy. We go there. We need now to use the command send to address. So we want to send, the order is we want to send to that address and we want to send 1 Bitcoin. So here it is. We sent 1 Bitcoin. If we now list the fund, nothing should appear. Why? Because we are running the regtest chain ourselves. So we have to mine 1 block to take into account this transaction. So we can look at regtest get info. We have 101 block and we need to mine 1 more. See, we need to mine 1 more. So generate. This one we generate 100. We generate 1. And normally, if we did the right things, we should see something. And this we have to wait. Sorry, we have to wait some time, not a lot, but a little bit, to see this happening. So to recall, now what we are going to try to do is to generate that error that we are going to spend to try to open a channel with too small amount. So now we have in our output, we have this transaction, and we have, no, not here, but here, we have 1 Bitcoin. So now we can try to spend part of that Bitcoin to open the channel. So L1 CLI. No, better to do is to fund the channel so that we can recuperate the ID of the node 2. You see I'm at the right of the screen, and instead of trying to open with 1000 sat, which works, we do it with 100. And we get the error. It's not, so I don't know why we don't have exactly 302, but anyway, what we have is a really invalid token because of the amount. Output will be dust. Okay, so this is something that we wanted to generate. Now, another, we are going to try to put 50 million SAT, and this won't work. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the amount exceed of the amount that limit. We have the code 300, and this is the one that the error that we wanted to do in the first case. So we can check this one. Maybe if we were cool with me and we are cool together, we check this one too. And as I said at the beginning, I don't know how to generate this one. So if you know, please reach out. I always enjoy to learn things I don't understand. So now we did all the thing that doesn't work, and we are going to send 1 million satoshis, which is going to work. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So here we have the transaction, the transaction ID, the channel ID. We have the information. We think that this is working. It should add works, but just if we list fund, this is what we wanted to see. We see that we have something that we didn't have before in the channel. We did not have nothing here, and the state is channel D awaiting locking. So we are waiting for something, and here in the first part, so this is the first transaction we already have before that was done at block height 102. And here, the funding transaction, this one has a status unconfirmed. So, like before, as we are running the regtest by ourselves, we need to go to mine blocks to make this happen. But before we mine more block, we are going to look at the help again, because how many blocks do we have to mine to make this transaction confirmed. So fund the channel, and here we have an argument that we didn't pass before, which is minconf. That is, we are going to see it here. So this is specifies the minimum number of confirmation that used outputs should have. Default is 1. So what does that mean? Is that we just have to mine 1 block and have 1 confirmation to have the commitment transaction, the funding transaction valid, being confirmed. So we go back to the generate 1 to the default. We send it to the default wallet. We have it generated. As before, I think that we have to wait a little bit to see the theme, this confirm. Now we have it right now. So here we have our channel that is open with the state normal. Maybe we can make it a little bit smaller, and we have the output of the funding transaction that has been confirmed at the block height 103. So this is what I wanted to do with you today. We've seen how to open a channel between 2 nodes running on the regtest with CLN. We also push the limits of the system. We don't really push, but we forced it to return us the errors to learn about it. I hope you enjoy this video, and see you next time in the next episode of CLN Room.